Okay, hello everybody. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and my latest version here, Volume 2. Thank you very much for visiting and stopping by. Yesterday was the first effort that I made here, and I put up a short little video. I explained a couple things about why I was doing this. I just have a few people that are, clicking on and watching my videos so far, so I certainly appreciate you taking a few minutes and joining me today. Thank you everybody for the input yesterday on what I'm doing and in terms of how to present this thing. I put a very simple thing together yesterday. It was the first time I've done a YouTube channel. I've done YouTube videos before, but not my own channel. And I got a lot of really nice feedback from different people. A handful of people that watched this yesterday, so I certainly appreciate that. Greg R. offered to be my producer. That's fantastic. Thank you. My father kind of I think he thought that I looked like crap, basically, but that's okay because that's what's going on here. I mean, I'm not leaving this little space I have more than about 15 minutes a day. So anyway, that's part of the beauty of it. So I just want to talk about a couple of quick things in this volume 2, of what I'm calling Pandemia. I did an internet search on that. I don't think anybody else has used that before, so that's kind of what this is for me. It's just a little bit of information and a couple of comments to show my face out there and let people know that despite being on lockdown in a city, small city here in Saudi Arabia, where I've worked the past 10 years, I'm pretty much doing okay. And I'm going to keep this light and breezy. I'm not going to complain about my circumstance, knowing that there's people out there struggling to find food and medicine and help. And that's the physical things. Emotionally, there's a lot of people that are really down and in a bad way. And I feel for all these people. I'm not going to really debate what's going on in terms of we should open this or open that. I mean, I'll let the people that are paid to make those decisions do that. I know there's some political discussion about that in my country, in the United States, but anyway, we'll leave that to other people, and we'll try to keep this really light here. I wanted to mention a few things. I got a piece of paper here that I wrote some of this down. A couple things that I would like to talk about in future videos, and I'll just mention this very quickly. I'm going to tell a joke that a Saudi student told me a few months ago. I thought it was really, really funny, and I'm going to share that and the whole story about that. I think that'll be interesting and give you some insight. By the way, none of these videos are going to break the internet. I'm not going to be able to compete with the Gangnam Style guy. Psy Okum Gangnam Style guy, that guy with the pony dance who has 4 trillion hits. But anyway, I'm going to have fun with this, and I hope that people can drop by and join me. And like I said, I'm keeping it light and very brief here, which I'm going to try to do right now also. I'm going to talk about the JFK assassination a little bit more. I've been reading a lot about that. For me, I prefer to follow the life of John F. Kennedy, our 35th president, but the assassination has a lot of interesting aspects to it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that. And no, I haven't solved the assassination during my downtime here, but that should be interesting. Cliche and overused expressions in the English language. I'm going to talk a little bit about that. I think I can speak with some authority about this. With the internet and with the way people communicate these days, there's certain phrases that people just use and overuse because they're not smart enough to look for alternatives. I'll give you 2 quick examples. I'm going to go into some detail about this in a future video. Iconic. Everything today is iconic. Iconic this, iconic that. Anyway, I'm going to go into a very deep dive on that phrase and other ones like new expressions that are absolutely useless. Here's a good one. It is what it is. Anyway, that's the topic for a future video here, so stay tuned for that. My friend Greg J in Cambodia said yesterday, Larry, your strength is basically when you go off on some of these things. And Greg, I'm going to go off on this one. I assure you, my friend. Another one here, it's kind of a sad one, actually. Teachers that have died. People that I know. Now, I'm a teacher. I don't really think of myself as a teacher per se, but I've traveled. I've been in 5 countries. I've been doing this for almost 25 years now, and remarkably overseas 25 years. And there's guys that I've met along the way that just have met unfortunate, how do you describe it? Just their situation, maybe they had an addiction, or they had emotional problems, or just health problems, and they died. And I've experienced this on a number of different occasions in different places, and I've talked to different people about this. I'm going to do a short video to remember those people. Actually, a teacher that's connected with my previous job, he passed away just 2 weeks ago. I don't know a lot of the details. I didn't know him very well, but he was a coworker. So anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. So that's some of the things that are upcoming on this space, and I hope you bear with me, and I hope you enjoy what I'm discussing. You can subscribe if you want, and you can also leave comments and links and send this to other people. Let's just see if we can have some fun here. So I wanted to end with something very quickly. Last week was the 25th anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing. Militia-related man, I'm not going to say his name, scumbag, who with a co-conspirator, brought down the Oklahoma City Federal Building in April of 1995. And the people that remember that, this was, again, 6 years before 9/11. This was huge in the American mentality. And because of the virus and the other things, this was just kind of overlooked this past week, but they had a remembrance there. And I was actually in Oklahoma City. I was traveling across country then. I was there the day before the bombing. And I'll talk maybe later about that. Just coincidentally, I stopped there. I went into a place and had some lunch, and then I left Oklahoma City, and about 8 hours later was the bombing. Very strange. But I wanted to just read and I'll end with this. In an article in USA Today, one of the people that was there to remember and commemorate the victims of the Oklahoma City bombing, they did something small there, considering the restrictions during this virus situation. They had some commemoration of these unfortunate people who died that day. And at the end of the article, they had, from an old hymn, they had a little reading that was very brief that I thought really was touching about anybody that's lost anybody. Of course, we all have, so I just thought I would read this and then end with that. And I will see you here tomorrow. In the old path are my friends most dear, and I walk with them with the angels near.